so I'm going to repeat.
Nice. I'm glad you liked it. Okay, and yeah. So, what do you like? What did you like about it in particular? And was there anything that you didn't like?
Sorry, what do you like?
So, yeah. What did you like about the class in
Oh,
particular? And
okay,
was there
okay,
anything
okay.
that you didn't like?
The way are you, the way you're focusing your class, it's and also the subject. I really like the history, so um, the subject it's attractive, and as well as the way you are doing I feel comfortable with the way you are dealing with the people.
Okay,
So good energy. I don't know how to explain.
perfect. And anything that you changed?
For example, at the end of the class, it will be positive to share your notes with the rest, because later I can review myself the whole stuff that we did during the class. You know.
That's a good point. I actually need to do that more. I always forget at the end of class, and then I don't have time. But yeah, I'll do
Okay,
that at
okay.
the end of this class. I'll save the file and I'll post it in the chat. Um, but cool, good point. Thanks for that.
You're welcome.
Giuseppe, welcome to class. Giuseppe, how's it going?
Fine, fine, and you?
Doing well. Thanks for asking. And Giuseppe, what have you done today?
Oh, just I've took a rest because Christmas was a little hard,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
I stayed at home, at my home,
Okay. Nice. And why was Christmas so hard? If you don't mind me asking.
because the Christmas Eve it's a long day,
Yeah.
very
Okay.
long day.
Yeah, that makes sense for sure.
Yes.
Okay. And I guess Daniel, I'm not sure if we figured out what are you doing this weekend? What are you gonna do over the next couple of days, Daniel?
The next few days I'm going to pack my luggage because I'm moving to London. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Cool. That'll be fun. Moving to
Yeah.
London. Um, all right. And yeah, really cool. Quentin, welcome back to class. Quentin, how's it going?
I'm good, thank you.
Nice. Good to hear. And Quentin, I think we talked about it already, and I've already forgotten. What are your plans for this weekend? Are you doing anything exciting?
Yes, maybe skiing.
Right, skiing if there's snow. Okay.
Yes.
Um, okay. What if there isn't snow? What will you do?
Maybe going out with some friend.
Okay. All right. That sounds solid. Um, okay. And maybe Daniel, what types of books do you like to read? So you like to read books. What types of books do you like?
Right now I'm reading some stories about Sherlock Holmes.
Nice.
In the past, I read a lot of about Agatha Christie and this kind of genre, you know.
Okay, so like mystery.
Yeah, mystery. Yeah, mystery.
Yeah. Cool.
And
And
also some, for example, Alexander Dumas,
yeah.
Three Musketeers or something.
Yeah.
You know.
The Three Musketeers, The Count of Monte Cristo, all good books.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So some long books he wrote. Um, but okay, yeah, good. Giuseppe, what about you? Do you like to read?
Yes, I read many book about story about the pilot, uh, mistake made by pilots. So read a book about aircraft, airplane.
Okay.
Really. But
Sounds interesting.
sometimes I read a book written by Michael Connelly. It's an American
Jurassic
writer,
Park?
Michael
Did he write-
Connelly.
Did he write Jurassic Park?
No. About Connolly, the black box. It's a book, a fiction cop book,
Okay.
investigation,
Okay, crime.
crime.
novel.
Yes.
All right. Detective crime fiction.
Yes.
All right, interesting. And what about you, Quentin? Do you like to read?
Yes, sometime. But I have to choose the right book. Where else it's going to be boring and I'm going to drop the reading.
Okay, nice. So anything, but it can't be boring.
Yes.
All right, solid. And I guess let's get started with today's class. So today we're going to be talking about sports. Let's start with Giuseppe. Can you read the title in the next few lines?
Yes. Talking about sports. In today's class, we will learn different sports vocabulary, discuss sports, role play, athletic events.
Good. And yeah, that's pretty solid. Let's go here. Giuseppe, can you ask Daniel the first question?
Daniel, what's your favorite sport? Who is your favorite, your favorite player?
Okay, my favorite sport is football. My favorite player, I would say, Sergio Ramos.
Okay. So a Real Madrid fan.
Yeah.
Okay. And good. Giuseppe, just one small thing. Favorite. Can you repeat favorite?
Favorite.
Favorite. Yeah.
Favorite. Yeah.
There you go. Okay, perfect. And Daniel, can you ask Quentin the next question?
Of course. Have you ever played a sport? What position did you play?
Yes, I play many sports. Team sport, like football. I was a wing. I don't know. It's a position. Right wing.
Winger?
Winger. Yes, right. And I also practice MMA, Krav Maga, bouldering. Yes, many sport. Swimming.
Okay. Bouldering and swimming. Nice. Bouldering is a lot of fun. Bouldering. Okay, and good. Quentin, can you ask Giuseppe the next question?
Yes, Giuseppe, what age do you think children should start playing organized sports?
I don't know, but for my experience, I've started to play football at 6 year old. I think it was just the just age for starting to playing football or organized sports.
Okay. Start playing organized. Yeah, solid. And all right. Yeah, I think that's good. David, welcome to class. David, how are you?
Hi Joshua, hi again. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking.
Nice. Good to hear. Welcome back again.
Thank you.
Okay. And David, actually,
Yes.
yeah, you play soccer, right?
Yes, sure. I like to play soccer.
Yeah. What other sports do you play?
What sports okay, I practice weightlifting. And at the at the same time I practice boxing, and I used to practice a little bit of basketball and volleyball.
Okay. Basketball and volleyball. Okay. Really good. And
Mhm.
that's solid. Let's go on. Does anybody have any questions here?
Oh no.
Okay. Let's go read through some of these words, and let's have Giuseppe. Can you read the title and the directions?
Yes, vocabulary. Define the words or use them in sentences.
Good.
Kick off.
And can you, yeah. Go ahead.
Kick off, field goal, exercise, in shape, striker, goalie, post, basket.
Good. Okay. Does anybody have any questions about any of these words?
Yes.
Um,
What does mean a goalie?
Okay. What does goalie mean? Remember, we would ask, what does goalie
Yes.
mean? Can you ask the question one more time?
What does goalie mean?
Good. And does anybody know? Can anybody help him out?
Yes, it's the same goalkeeper, the player that has to caught the ball.
Not caught. The player that has to catch.
Yes, catch. Uh,
Yeah.
catch.
Exactly. It's the same as
Mhm.
goalkeeper. So yeah, it's in soccer or football. You'd say the player who catches the ball is the goalie.
Okay.
Any other questions?
what does boast mean?
Good. What does boast mean? Does anybody know?
A person who talk too much.
I guess we'd say a boaster would be a person who talks too much. So a boast itself is just like a comment about your abilities and maybe an exaggerated comment. One's own abilities. So yeah, if you boast, you're talking about yourself in a positive light. Like, I'm the best soccer player in the whole world would be a boast. Yeah. So just telling people about how awesome you are would be boasting. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay, and let's have Daniel. Can you make a sentence with field goal?
Um, the Bernabeu is one of the biggest field goal of Europe.
That's not a field goal. That's a stadium.
I stadium. Oh, okay, field goal. Field count?
But yeah, is one of the biggest stadiums in Europe, for sure. A good sentence. What's a field goal? Does anybody know?
Yes, I think so. Is the area that is very close to the goalkeeper? It's like when you kick a penalty, is that area?
Okay, that's actually the penalty box, we would say. Or you could say the 12-yard box or the 6-yard box.
Mm,
Field goal is not the pitch.
Not quite. So a field goal is an American football. When you kick the ball through the yellow posts. So it's a 3-point play in American football where you kick the ball through the yellow posts. Has anybody ever watched American football?
mhm.
Yeah, so that's what a field goal is. And actually, if you're shooting from anywhere on the court in a basketball game, that's a field goal as well. So if you're shooting on the court, yeah, that's a field goal. Anyways, so let's get an image. This is a football game, American football game, and they're kicking a field goal. So they're trying to kick the ball through there. And all right, so let's have another sentence. Let's have Quentin. Can you make a sentence with in shape?
Okay, so Zidane was really in shape when he got
Zidane was very in shape when what?
when he got the when he make a goal.
When he scored.
When he scored, yes.
Okay, so Zidane was very in shape when he scored. That works. Yeah, we might use the past progressive. So Zidane was very in shape when he was scoring a lot of goals. Because he was in shape for a specific set amount of time in the past. But I think that's good. Either would work. So really nice job. And let's go on to the next page. I think we're good. Let's try this. Giuseppe, can you read the title?
Choose the correct verb and conjugate.
Good. Maybe conjugate.
Conjugate.
Good. And can you try the first sentence, Giuseppe?
The defender to the other player to win the ball. The defender into the other player. To goal.
Not quite. It's a little bit different.
I don't know.
Can anybody help him out?
Slide.
Slide.
Yeah. But we need to put it in the past tense.
Slowed.
Close. It's irregular.
Slided. Slided.
Slid. Slid.
Slid. Yeah, it's slid. Okay. So can you read that sentence one more time, Giuseppe?
The defender slid into the other player to win the ball.
Good. And so what's happening here? What's this mean? Can anybody explain it? Any ideas?
When the defender slide on the ground with the foot forward and take the ball at the other player.
Yeah, exactly. So it'd look like that.
Okay.
Good. And let's go into the next one. David, can you try the next one?
Okay. The coach blank to the referee when his team concede the goal. The coach the coach was complaining to the referee when his team conceded the goal.
Nice. Yeah, the coach was complaining to the ref when his team conceded the goal. That's good. I think that works out really well. Good pronunciation, too. Daniel, what about the next one?
You blank someone if you keep tackling with your cleats up. You will injure someone.
Yeah. Nice. Can you repeat injure?
You will injure.
Good. Injure someone.
Injure.
Okay. Good. Quentin, what about the next one?
The reef scoring of the reef offside. Scored maybe. The reef scored
Not
offside.
scored. Not quite.
No,
Any
I
other
don't
idea?
know.
Can anybody help him out?
Call.
The goal sides.
Referee call
Okay.
offside.
Yeah, the ref called offsides. Perfect. And okay, Giuseppe, what about the next one?
Yes, 3 goals so far this season. I've scored 3 goals so far this season.
Good. Can you repeat scored?
I have scored 3 goals so far this season. Scored.
Good. Nicely done. Okay. And yeah, does anybody have any questions on this page? Any questions here?
Yes. What is reef?
The referee.
Referee. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's often shortened to ref. So referee called offside.
Offsides. What is it?
Okay. Can anybody explain what offsides is?
It's when the ball is outside the limit.
So offsides, it's when the player is, I guess when the attacking player is behind the last defender. So if you receive a pass and you're waiting behind the last defender, you're offsides.
Okay, I understand.
It's ahead, no?
Excuse me?
It's when the attacking player is ahead, the last defender, I think.
Yeah. Well, so we'd say behind, sort
Ahead.
of. No, so we'd say he's behind the defense. So we can look. Let's get a good image.
Okay.
Oh man, come on. Sorry. Let's look at this. So we've got this player, and he's offsides. So he's behind the last defender, we would say. And yeah, that's the preposition we use, at least when we're talking about offsides in soccer. So the team is trying to go forward. He's going to receive a pass, but he's offsides because the whole defense is in front of him.
I got it, thank you.
Yeah. And so does anybody have any other questions? Okay. Ken, welcome to class. Ken, how's it going?
Yes, I'm fine. How are you?
Doing well. Thanks for asking. Okay, and yeah, no questions. Let's go on to the next page. Let's do some reading, and let's start with Ken. Can you read this first paragraph?
Okay. Sport or sports is all forms of usually competitive physical activity, which is through casual or organized participation, aim to use, maintain, or improve physical ability and skills while providing entertainment to participants, and in some cases, spectators. Hundreds of sports exist, from those requiring only 2 participants through to those with hundreds of simultaneous participants, either in terms or a competition as individuals.
Good. Either in teams
Teams
or competing.
competing.
Good. Simultaneous.
Simultaneous.
Yeah.
And if the subject changes sports, maybe Bob changed to R, sports are, or still sports is.
Yeah, so if sport is or sports are.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Good.
which both are okay, singular or plurals.
Yeah, sport is, sports are.
Okay. Maybe sports sounds like uncountable. Maybe we don't need to say a sport as a sport in this sense.
Yeah, so just general, because it's uncountable, it would be sport, like sport
Okay.
in general. Yeah, and definitely uncountable. Okay, any questions in this first paragraph? Does anybody have any questions?
Yeah, Joshua, could you explain me aim to use?
Okay, and we would say, can you explain aim to use to me?
Okay. Can you
So yeah, we wouldn't say to me before. So can you explain aim to use, or can you explain aim to use for me? To me, either would work.
okay.
And who can explain what aim to use is? Does anyone know what it means?
Aim is an objective, a specific objective, no?
Yeah, so if you aim to do something, it's just you intend to use something. So aim is just intend. Yeah, does that make sense, David?
Sure. Thank you.
Okay, good. And any other questions? Okay. David, can you read this next paragraph?
Sure. Sports are usually governed by a set of rules or customs, which serve to ensure fair competition and allow consistent adjudication of the winner. Winning can be determined by physical events such as scoring goals or crossing a line first, or by the determination of judges who are scoring elements of the sporting performance, including objective or subjective measures such as technical performance or artistic impression.
Good. Okay, you did a good job there. Can you repeat governed?
Governed,
Good. And judges.
uh, judges. Okay, governed judges.
Good. And then you did a really good job with adjudication. That was impressive. Okay.
Because it's similar in Spanish.
Okay. Perfect. And yeah, does anybody have any questions on this page?
Adjudication.
Yeah, adjudication. Wow. Wow. David, can you say it for me? I'm not sure why.
Okay, adjudication.
Adjudication. Wow. Yeah, thanks. And so,
Okay. Adjudication.
yeah, can you explain what it means, David?
Yes, it's the same in Spanish. Well, that words mean when you how can I explain that? Uh, no, I don't know how to explain.
Okay. So, adjudication of the winner. So it's allow a consistent like judgment of the winner. So adjudicate would be to judge. So there's always going to be a constant winner. Is pretty much what it's saying. So whoever's handed the winning things is always handed for the same reasons.
Mhm.
Does that make
Based on the
sense?
rule.
Excuse me?
Based on the rules of the sports.
Yeah. So
So,
based on the rules, the person who's determined to be the winner is always the same based on the rules. Yeah.
mhm. Okay.
So yeah, it's a formal judgment on a disputed matter.
Mhm.
Okay. And any other questions? Any other questions here?
No.
Okay. And I guess let's skip this one. All right, and let's try this. And let's have Daniel. Can you read the comic?
The reason they can play so good is because their parents aren't yelling at them from the sidelines.
Good. And so let's start with some grammar corrections. Does anybody know what we'd correct in this sentence?
Play so well.
Yeah, so we'd say play so well instead of play so good. Anything else? I think that's a,
I think it's because sounds better.
yeah, because is just the
Maybe.
abbreviation.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. And so I think that's about it. So the reason they play so well is because their parents aren't yelling at them from the sidelines. And so M is just them. Daniel, what's happening here? What's happening in this comic?
Uh, I understood the meaning, but the reason they can play so good. Oh no, maybe I don't know. They don't have the pressure of their parents because I don't know. I don't know. I didn't get it. The meaning.
Okay. And Quentin or Giuseppe, what about you guys? Do either of you think you could explain?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
It's two kids watching a match on the TV. I guess it's French winning against Spanish. Uh, and yeah, they look. It looks like it's a good match, a great match. And so, of course, the parents, players are not there on the sidelines. So this is the reason why they are playing so good.
Okay. They're playing so well again. Yeah, and so what's it imply about the little kids? What's it imply about the children? Maybe Quentin? What does this imply about the children and what happens when they play?
What does it imply? Maybe when they play football, their parents should leave the sideline.
Okay, yeah, but what are they saying? Maybe why? Why should they leave the sideline?
Because they will play better.
Yeah, so maybe the kids think they will play better if their parents stop yelling at them from the sideline. I think that's good. Okay, and yeah. Does anybody have any questions on this page? Okay. And what about you, Ken? When you were playing a sport, did you feel like your parents being there helped or hurted? Do you think it was better that your parents were there, or do you think it was worse?
Maybe I could be would be nervous. Maybe. So maybe this game on TV probably kind of adult playing football, maybe professional soccer match. So no parents here at outside uh, at sidelines. So maybe that's a gag of this thing.
Okay, good. Um, yeah. All right, and let's go on to the next page. And let's skip that for now. Let's read this, and let's have Daniel. Can you read the role of the little girl? And David, can you read the role of the boy?
William, didn't why didn't you sign up to play baseball like the rest of the boys? Don't you like sports?
I don't know. I'd just rather run around.
David?
Okay. I hate all the rules and organization and teams and ranks in sports. Somebody's always yelling at you, telling you where to be, what to do, and when to do it. I figure when I want that, I'll join the army and at least get pay.
Good. All right, and Daniel, what's happening here?
um, the girl asking why he don't play to the baseball like the rest of the childrens, and he responded to that question. Um, he was telling her that he don't like the roles, the organization. He preferred to be free. He preferred not to following the roles. Free
Okay,
soul,
so
I
he
don't know.
prefers not following the rules.
Yeah.
I think that's good. And sorry, Daniel, can you also repeat sign? Sign.
Sign.
Yeah, so sign up to play baseball. Good.
Sign.
And all right, perfect. I think that was really good. Any other questions here? Okay, and maybe Giuseppe, what do you think about this? Do you think that sports look kind of like the military? Do you think the boy is right, or would you disagree? Do you agree, disagree? Yeah, what do you think about this?
Yes, if you like to play football, but like a professional football, maybe you have to follow some rules and some have to stay in some organization. But if you like play football, not for a professional um,
Maybe for fun.
for fun, yes, you don't have to follow this rule and uh, and the army rule like the children said in the comic.
Okay. Okay, yeah. So It depends on how you play. So maybe if you're a professional, the rules are a little bit more strict. It's more like the army. But if you're just playing for fun, um, it's not really that intense. Okay, I think that's a good point, Giuseppe.
Thank you.
Okay. And let's have Giuseppe. Can you ask Quentin the first question?
Quen, what is the best sporting event in the world? Why do you think so?
Um, the World Cup, yes, the Football World Cup.
Okay.
I don't know why, because this is a sport, the more famous sport.
The most famous
in
sport.
Every Latin country. Yes, that's all.
Okay. And so maybe just answering with a complete sentence. How would you make this a complete sentence?
For me, the World Cup is the best sporting event in the world.
Okay. And let's have Ken. What do you agree or do you disagree, and why?
The most famous. I think it's a cup. The people's cup of tea. So people if the people like soccer, yeah, maybe World Cup is the best event in the world. And I think it's yeah, maybe the one of the most biggest events, a sports event in the world. That's for sure.
Okay. I think it's one of, we wouldn't say the most biggest, we would just say the biggest. It's one of the biggest.
Yeah, that's right, biggest, yes.
Yeah, good. So it's one of the biggest sporting events in the world. Which one do you like? What's your favorite sporting event, Ken?
Actually, I don't like watching sports. Actually, I like playing sports, but watching sports take a long time, so I don't watch it usually. But, final match of the World Cup or Olympic game is very exciting because people all over the world watching this game and exciting about it.
Okay, yeah, so like the World Cup finals or things like that, or things that you like, the Olympics.
Right.
Okay. Solid. Yeah, I think that's a good answer. Ken, can you ask Daniel the next question?
Okay, Daniel, if you could be a professional athlete, what sport would you play? Why?
No. I think I could play in football or NBA. The
Or
reason,
basketball.
or basketball, yeah.
Yeah, so because
Uh,
it's like saying I want to play La Liga instead of I want to play football. So you
the
could.
reason, yeah.
Okay, keep going.
No, I was saying that the reason it's because I used to play football when I was a child. So, besides in Spain, it's pretty important. This sport is play in primary school. It's played in secondary school, high school, and you can keep playing football all your life.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, yeah. So in Spain, it's definitely really important. Which team would you play for?
I was playing in the team of my city, Móstoles team.
Mostres. Okay, I'm not familiar with them. I don't think, but cool.
Yeah, it's a city near of Madrid. The population is 200,000 people.
Okay. Nice. And I guess maybe a different question. David, what's the strangest sport that you know about? What's the strangest sport that you know about? How do you play it? David, are you there? Hey, what about you, Giuseppe? What's the strangest sport that you know about?
For me, the strangest sport is the curling.
Okay.
I think it's a English sport.
So,
Uh, I don't found the utility of this sport. It's a very
okay.
strange.
Yeah. I don't, maybe we'd say I don't understand.
Understand? Yes. The
And the utility is a little
the
bit, I don't know, because most sports aren't really useful.
yes.
It's like, we maybe would say the useful, I don't understand the meaning of the sport or the
Yes.
point of the, of curling. Okay. And so, do you know how to play curling? Can you explain how it's played generally?
I never played curling.
No, 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 no. How is it played? How is it played?
How is it played? It's I think a team of two player with a third player with a brush to to yes, it's playing in the eyes on the into the eye on the eyes, and with the brush the 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 ball um, slide very easily.
Yeah, so a rock is slid
A rock.
down towards a target.
Yes.
To say, can you repeat that?
Okay. The stranger sport is curling. I don't understand the meaning of the sport. The point of curling, who is played on the ice. A rock is slid down the ice towards a target as people brush the ice.
Yeah. Um, slid. Can you repeat slid?
Slade.
Nice. Quentin, what about you? What do you think is the strangest sport? Quentin? Okay. Oh, maybe what about Ken? What do you think is the strangest sport?
Strangest sports. Maybe the hmm, maybe some people bathing in the in the sea in the winter time. Kind of. I
So,
don't know. Yeah.
people doing what in the sea in the wintertime?
Yeah, for example, New Year's Day here, and my crewmate who belongs to the triathlon club, he at the event he swim in the ocean, maybe briefly in the harsh winter time.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds like a crazy sport. So swimming in the ocean in the winter. Yeah, that doesn't sound like fun at all. um,
Yeah, I don't want to do that. Yeah, actually.
yeah. What about you, Daniel? Can you think of a strange sport?
Um, well, for example, in the north of Spain, there is a game where you can throw a piece of wood, and you had to throw at far as possible. As possible, yeah. And the more distant you do, the more probability it's that you win. Yeah, the farther you throw it, the more likely you win. Yeah.
Good.
And
Um,
you had to throw it with both hands.
you have to throw it with both hands. That's
Yeah,
interesting. I've never heard of that.
yeah,
Um, okay, so throwing pieces of wood. Very,
yeah.
very interesting. Okay, and yeah, I guess that's probably about good. Does anybody have any questions or comments, or does anybody know any other strange sports?
For example, in Spain, there is a other game. You had to eat olive, you know,
Okay,
and the bones you had to spit as further. You had to spit the bones of the olive, and you had to cover the most distance you can with your mouth. I don't know how to
okay.
explain.
Really interesting. Really odd. I've never heard of that one either.
Can you understand more or less?
So, like spitting bones, a long distance?
Yeah.
Yeah, odd. Um, okay. Yeah. And I guess let's go on to the next page. And let's have David. Can you read this first roll?
Oh yeah, yes, sure. You are the referee. The player just commit a foul in the box, and you call a penalty. No matter what happens, you can change the call.
Okay. Penalty. Can you repeat? Penalty.
Penalty.
And then committed.
Committed.
Good.
Mhm.
Okay. And let's have Giuseppe. Can you read this next roll?
Yes. You're playing in your first World Cup. The referee thinks you committed a penalty, but you did not. Convince him that he was wrong, but don't get a yellow card.
Good. And let's have Quentin. Can you start? So you're the player. What would you say first?
I'm the player or the referee?
You're the player.
Okay. Um, referee. Yes. I know I I did something wrong, but it was not. It not deserve a penalty.
Okay, good. And Ken, what would you say if you're the ref?
If I would be a referee, and referee is the judgment is absolute. We won't change anything.
Absolute. I won't change anything.
Yeah.
Okay, good. And what about the next thing you'd say, Daniel? What would you say if you're the player, Daniel?
Sorry, I was placing something. Okay. Could you repeat your question?
Yeah, so we're doing a role play, and so we've had the player say something and the ref say something. What would you say if you're the player?
If I were the player, um, I don't know.
Okay, that's
I
fine.
could I could say to him that he can review his decision with other referee to ensure that his decision is the correct. I will try to check out with other person.
Okay, yeah, why don't you review your decision with the assistants to make sure this is the right call? Yeah, can you repeat that one more time?
Um, why don't you review the sentence is the player? The
Yeah,
sentence is of the player. Okay. Why don't you review your decision with the assistants to make sure this is the right call?
good. And David, what would you respond to that?
Yeah, sure. I will say, okay, the foul that you committed in the area was very clear for all the referees and for me too. And like you are complaining too much, I am going to call for a red card and you are expulsed of the game.
Okay, so I'm not sure if you keep complaining or if you complain too much. I will give you a red card, or are you saying you're giving him a red card right now?
No, right now, because he's complaining too much.
Okay, so you are complaining too much. I'm giving you a red card. You must leave the game.
Yeah, you must leave the game.
Okay. Yeah, or the field, you could say. Good. All right, so that's a good way to end it. And yeah, only the captain can complain to the referee.
I'm being very polite, so I don't
Yeah,
understand your attitude with me.
right? I
I'm
would be
just
very
saying,
surprised.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, but this is good. Unfortunately, we're just out of time. I do have to finish
Okay.
up. I have class right after this. If you guys want to come in, I'd love to have you. But thanks for coming
Okay.
in.
See
Thank
you
you very
around.
much.
Thank you.